Just about everywhere you look, our roads bear the scars of the worst winter for almost 30 years. Based on the damage we've found so far, we know there are many thousands of potholes in need of repair. It's a legacy of 3 years of some of the most severe weather in recent history. This month's snow brought scenes that will live long in the memory and were reminiscent of those other never-to-be-forgotten snowfalls in 1982 and 1963. Last year, our roads were subjected to an extended period of severe frost and snow. And before that, who could forget the worst floods in living memory that occurred in 2007? In common with other councils up and down the country, Gloucestershire County Council now faces the challenge of fixing the unprecedented damage to its road network. It will take time and it will cost a lot of money, at least 5 million at the latest estimate. To rise to the challenge, we have launched an emergency inspection programme to assess the damage and prioritise where the repairs are most urgently needed. We've dedicated 40 gangs of workers to the task, and this massive repair job is now underway. We are currently fixing 500 potholes every day, more than 3 times as many as we were doing after last year's bad weather. We understand your frustrations, but we're getting on with the work as fast as possible. In the meantime, please be patient, and for those using Gloucestershire's roads, please drive carefully until the work has been completed.
Well, as we can see, these are some of our higher priority potholes within the county. These particular ones, obviously we can see they're quite deep. We've had moisture that's got in there, and that's frozen and thawed with the very bad weather that we've had, and that's made these potholes appear and all of that material spool out. The road that we're actually on, it's a high priority road for us. It's one of our B roads in the county. As we can see, it's got a lot of traffic on it. It's some of our most important areas to the members of the public. These are the types of roads that we're really trying to prioritise, put towards the top of that list, and make sure we repair these worst potholes on our busiest roads first. In terms of the repair itself, we can see with the tarmac it's broken out. So we'll be getting our equipment in there. We'll be square cutting a nice clean edge to the pothole, and we'll be putting down some material to help coat that base of the pothole, to put down that material and then get the hot tarmac on top of it. We'll fill it in with the hot tarmac and then we'll compact it so it's nice and tight into the pothole, and that should stay and should last for a very long time. Well, as you can see in this case, one of the bigger patches that we've had to plane out, this will probably have been where there'd been a cluster of potholes all linked together. There wasn't a solid surface for us to connect back into, so we've had a machine down here. It's planed out quite a wide section of carriageway. We'll get some hot tarmac back down here, put in a large patch as we can see, and then we'll roll that with actually a machine roller.
How do you get it to bind to the edge? Where's the trick in that?
Well, we put a lot of the tack coat down first, so that's the sort of moisture or what looks like water that you can see. Obviously,
that's like a tar, is it?
That's right. It helps the new tarmac bind to the base of the road. And what they're doing now is obviously they're putting in the fresh tarmac. You can see it's very hot, and they'll put that in a little bit higher than the road surface. And obviously the guys will make sure it's nice and smooth and nice and level, and then they'll have the roller that'll come over and then compact it down so it will actually stick into the hole. But quite an art to get it at the right height, and then when it's compacted to make sure it remains at road level. And as you can see, this is one of the roads that is on our bus route, so towards the top of the list in terms of getting our priority done. Well, you can see what we're up against with conditions like this. The guys have been out on the road repairing the network in this weather today. And what we've done here is we've actually had all the road closed off. We've closed off all the roundabout and we've resurfaced the whole area. Now that's involved us obviously bringing in a lot of signs and cones to manage the traffic, bringing in a large bit of machinery to actually plane off the surface of the roundabout that we see. We then get a specialised machine that actually lays the tarmac directly out of the back of the machine. And obviously that needs to be fed with large lorries, each carrying over 16 tonne of tarmac. They all arrive into the machine and then it's automatically laid across the surface. Once that's finished, we then come back in, re-put the markings for the roundabout down, and then we can open the road back up. But very difficult in these kind of conditions.
Well, thank you, Jason. That's been very interesting. So there you have it. The 3 steps in pothole recovery. The worst first, patching where appropriate, and resurfacing where necessary. Even before the weather intervened, we were well aware that although much of the network met the standard required by government, our roads could be better, and we had a programme in place to address that. We were already planning to invest an extra £4 million in road improvements this year, and we are now reviewing that programme to make sure the roads most severely damaged by the weather are repaired first. As I've explained, we have diverted resources from other jobs to tackle this huge task as quickly as we can. But Mother Nature is a formidable adversary, and there is no quick fix. As you can see, as you travel around the county, we are getting on with the job. 500 potholes filled every day, compared to the 150 a day we were filling after last year's bad weather. So once again, I ask all of you using Gloucestershire's roads to please bear with us and please drive carefully whilst the work is completed.